Hello friends, welcome to Best Tutor. This is Rama Vishwanathan. In today's video we are going to learn about multiplication of algebraic expressions. How do we multiply two or more algebraic expressions or algebraic terms? What are the rules to be followed? What are the points to be remembered over there? Right? Let us start learning multiplication of algebraic expressions. We will first start with two algebraic terms. Okay, let me choose 2ab and minus 3ab. It is not necessary that we have to choose like terms. In the case of addition and subtraction, we have learned that only like terms can be added or subtracted. There is no such rule to be followed in the case of multiplication. Any terms can be multiplied or divided. Later on we are going to learn about division. Here any terms can be multiplied. These are two unlike terms, right? So I am going to multiply these two unlike terms. What are the points to be remembered? There are three steps to be followed. The first step, when there are two monomials, we are going to follow three steps. The first step is multiply the symbols of the two monomials. The symbol of this monomial is plus and the second one is minus. So plus into minus is going to be minus. Second step, multiply the numerical coefficients. The numerical coefficient of the first expression is 2, the second expression is 3. It is not minus 3 because already we have taken care of the symbols in the previous step. So now I am going to take only the number over there. Numerical coefficient is 2 into 3 is 6. Third step, multiply the variable coefficients. How do I multiply a and b, or how do I multiply ab and a? We need to follow laws of exponents. We have learnt in the earlier videos how do I multiply 2a square and a cube. These are the two powers, a square and a cube. We are going to use a to the power of 2 plus 3. A to the power of m into a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m plus n, which is nothing but the product law. So same principle is going to be applicable here. I have to multiply a, b and a. Here a and a have the same basis and the powers are 1 and 1, isn't it? So I am going to group them first. A into b. A into a is going to be a to the power of 1 plus a to the power of 1. Right? When we apply product law, it's going to be a to the power of 1 plus 1, which is 2, and b is going to be as it is. So it's going to be a square b. I repeat this, students. ab into a. A and a I have grouped, then b as it is. I have applied product law over there. A to the power of 1 into a to the power of 1 is a to the power of 1 plus 1. The reason is a to the power of m into a to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m plus n. This is called as the product law of laws of exponents. We are going to apply that here. So a square into b. Now I am going to finally write down the solution. Final product. 2ab into minus 3a. We have done it in 3 steps. Now we are going to combine all the 3 steps. It's going to be minus 6a square b. Minus is carried from the first step, 6 numerical coefficient from the second step, a square b from the third step, literal coefficient. When we practice a lot, we don't have to do all these 3 steps for each and every question. You will get thorough practice and directly you can write down the solution over there, write down the product over there, right? So what are the 3 steps to be followed when we are going to multiply two monomials? First step, multiply the symbols. You have to be thorough with the product definitions over there. If we have two same symbols, the product is going to be plus. If we have opposite symbols, the product is going to be minus. So plus into minus is minus. Next step, multiply the numerical coefficients. You will not take the symbol over there, only the number 2 and 3. 2 into 3 is 6 here. Then the third step, multiply the variable coefficients, ab into a. In that case, you have to remember the product law, apply product law and do it over there. And finally, mix up all those 3 and write down the product. Isn't it simple? So this is a procedure to find out the product of two monomials. If we have more monomials, how are we going to do it? Should we follow the same procedure or is there any other procedure? Let us try with a simple example. 2ab minus 3a and then minus 6a square b and then plus 5. I will not write plus because when no symbol is mentioned over there, it is by default plus over there. 5 AB cube, right? We need to multiply these 4 monomials. The steps remain the same. The first step, multiply the symbols, right? Plus into minus is minus, minus into minus is plus, plus into plus is plus. I am writing over there plus into minus into plus. Directly the answer is going to be plus. Next step, multiply the numerical coefficients. 2, 3, 6, 5, isn't it? 2 from the first monomial, 3 from the second, 6 from the third, and 5 from the fourth. We will multiply. 2 3s are 6, 6 6 are 36, and 36 5s are, right, 180, isn't it? So it's going to be 180, right? And then third step is multiply the literal coefficients. Now here AB into A into A square B into AB cube. We have to apply the product law. For that we need to group all the variables with the same basis, all the powers with the same basis. So what are those here? Let us choose A square A. So we will write down A into A square into A into then B cube is going to be B into B cube. So we are going to apply product law. A to the power of m into A to the power of n is A to the power of m plus n. So it's going to be directly A to the power of 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. The power of A here is 1, 1, 2 and 1. Similarly B 1 plus 1 plus 3. So it's going to be A to the power of 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 2 4, 5, and here B to the power of 4. So now the final answer is you should not get confused with this into and x symbol. This is x symbol, this is into symbol, right? So we need to be careful about that, or else we can remove this and put brackets so that there is no confusion at all, so that you don't get confused between the into symbol and x. Now final solution is plus with the symbols, numerical coefficient is 180, and finally literal coefficient is A to the power of 5, B to the power of 4. So this is the procedure to be followed when we multiply monomials. What if we have to multiply binomial with a monomial? We have multiplied 2 monomials, we have taken 4 monomials, we found out the product. But in case we have to multiply a monomial with a binomial or a trinomial, let us see what is the procedure to be followed. 3x and 2xy plus 4y square has to be multiplied. 3x and this is a monomial, this is a binomial. These two are to be multiplied. Had it been 2 monomials, it was very easy because we have already learnt how to multiply monomials. Now we have a monomial and a binomial. Are we going to change the procedure? Let us observe. We have to find out 3x into 2xy plus 4y square. It's very simple. You have to take this as a block. This block will multiply 2xy and then 4y square separately, right? 3x into 2xy. Now it has become, we are converting the unknown problem into a known problem. This is an unknown situation. I do not know how to multiply a binomial and a monomial, but we have already learned how to multiply monomials. So we will convert this problem as a problem where we have to multiply monomials. How is it going to be? I will just write it as 3x into 2xy plus 3x into 4y square, right? This was a binomial, this is a monomial. We had to multiply. So I have grouped 3x into, we are applying distributive property here. Multiplication over addition, distribution over addition. So 3x into 2xy plus 3x into 4y square. Now these are 2 monomials. These are 2 monomials. So it's very simple for us. What are the 3 steps to be followed while we multiply monomials? First step, multiply the symbols. Second step, multiply the numerical coefficient. Third step, use the product law and find out the literal coefficient. Plus into plus, we'll directly use it. 3 into 2, 6. X into xy. x into x is going to be x square and y as it is, right. Now here plus into plus is plus, okay. 3 into 4 12, x into y square x y square. We cannot use product law over there because the bases are different, right. So now we are going to remove the brackets and write directly, okay. So we have multiplied a binomial with a monomial. We got the procedure, right. We have learned how to multiply monomials, how to multiply a binomial with a monomial. Had this been a trinomial, don't have to worry. Had this been a trinomial, we need to extend one more step, that's it, minus 2xy square. When we are thorough with the procedure with binomial, even if it is a polynomial, multinomial, whatever it is, we can apply the same procedure. It is going to be only an extension, right. Here we are going to multiply even this minus 2xy square with 3x. So 3x into minus 2xy square minus, or else directly let us write it as 3x into minus 2xy square, okay. Now here again, first of all we have to multiply the symbols. Plus into minus is minus, 3 into 2 is 6, x into xy square is going to be x square y square. Now when we open the brackets, it is going to be minus 6x square y square. So even if it is going to be a term with 5 terms or 8 terms or whatever it is, we can easily multiply with a monomial, right. Monomial with a monomial, monomial with a multinomial we have learned. How do we multiply a binomial with a binomial? I hope this procedure is clear. We are going to move on to multiplication of two binomials. 3x plus 2y into 4x minus y. These are two binomials. Here I would like to mention a simpler method called as FOIL method, which we have discussed in the earlier videos also. I would like to repeat it here. FOIL method. F stands for first, outer, inner, last. It can be used as a mnemonic to remember the procedure of multiplication of two binomials. How do I use this? What are these first, outer, inner and last? Let us observe carefully. 3x plus 2y into 4x minus y. Our same old procedure, converting an unknown problem into a known problem. Here we have two binomials. We are familiar with multiplication of two monomials. How do I convert that? First thing is first terms. This is the first term of the first expression. This is the first term of the first expression. So I will multiply these. Okay. So this one 3x into 4x. Okay. Then outer. If we observe, this as the expression, these two are the outermost terms, isn't it? So I am going to multiply the outermost terms. So what do I get? In between plus, so 3x into minus y. Then innermost. What are the innermost terms here? These are the innermost, right? So we are going to have plus 2y into 4x. Then the last terms. What is the last term of the first expression? Plus 2y. What is the last term of the second expression? Minus y. So now I am going to make use of this 2y into minus y. Okay, we have multiplied the first terms, then outermost terms, innermost terms, last terms, right? So this is going to help the students a lot, so that you won't make any mistake, you won't miss out any term over there, right? So 3x into 4x. Now it has turned out to be a simple product of two monomials. How do I multiply? First step, multiply the symbols. Second step, multiply the numerical coefficients. Third step, use product law to multiply the literal coefficients. Plus into plus is plus, 3 into 4 is 12, x into x is x square, isn't it? Now the second one, plus into minus is minus, 3 into 1 is 3, x into y is xy. Next, plus into plus is plus, 2 4s are 8, x into y is xy. Next, last one, plus into minus is minus, 2 into 1 is 2, y into y is y square. Now we will open the brackets carefully. When we open the brackets, we have to remember one thing. If the bracket is is has a plus before it, you don't have to worry much about that. Directly you can open the brackets. If it has a minus, you have to be very careful that you have to multiply each and every term inside the bracket with that minus symbol. Plus into minus is minus 3xy plus 8xy minus 2y square. Is this the final step? No. The reason is here 12x square, 3xy, 8xy, 2y square as such are unlike terms, but we have a pair of like terms in it. 12x square minus 3xy plus 8xy, these two are like terms. So let me group those. So 12x square minus 3 plus 8 minus 3 plus 8. As I've told you, you have to master in integers, addition and subtraction of integers to master in algebra, right? Minus and plus, these two are opposite symbols. When we have two integers of opposite symbols, subtract, find the difference of the numbers and put the symbol of the greater number to the answer. Here 8 and 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. Isn't we need to find the difference first of all, and then which number has the greater value? 8. And what is the symbol that 8 carries? Plus. So it's going to be 8. Sorry, plus 5. Or directly 8 minus 3 is going to be 5. Now if you have plus 3 minus 8, if I just reverse the symbols, plus 3 minus 8, because they carry opposite symbols, we need to find the difference of the numbers. Difference of 8 and 3 is 5, and 8 is a bigger number and it carries a minus symbol before it, so the solution is going to be minus 5. So you have to be careful regarding this, right? Now moving on to this, minus 3xy plus 8xy is going to be 5xy minus 2y square. So we have learned how to multiply two binomials also. In the coming videos, we are going to learn some formulae which will be applicable for some particular type of products of binomials. In this example, 3x plus 2y and 4x minus 5 is there. If at all we have a trinomial here, is this method going to be applicable over there? No, FOIL method does not apply over there. This method is applicable only for the product of two binomials. Now what if I have a product of a binomial and a trinomial? What is the procedure to be followed? That is not difficult, it's going to be easy. We don't have to panic for that. If we have 4x minus y plus 3xy, it's the trinomial. We have a binomial and a trinomial. What are we going to do over there? Simple. We are going to take the first term of this binomial and multiply each and every term of the trinomial, right? I repeat it, first term of the binomial with each and every term of the trinomial. We are going to put it in the proper order. Then second term with each and every term of the trinomial. So then when we start multiplying, 3x into 4x is going to be 12x. Directly I am going to write down the solutions because we have already had good practice of applying all the three steps. Multiplying the symbols, multiplying the numerical coefficients and using power law. Right? 3x into 4x is 12x square. 3x into minus y is minus 3xy. 3x into 3xy is plus 9x square y. Am I right? So we have multiplied the entire terms of trinomial with the first term of the binomial 3x. Then plus 2y with all the trinomial terms of the trinomial. 2y into 4y is going to be directly, 2y into 4x is going to be 8xy. Then plus into minus is minus 2y into y is 2y square minus 6xy square. This is going to be the last term, the final answer. After you get this, check for like terms. Are there any like terms? X square. Nowhere. This is an x square y, so you shouldn't get confused between these two. These two are not like terms because just because x has the power 2, they can't be like terms. There is a y present over here, so this makes these two unlike. So there is no term which is like to x square. But minus 3xy and 8xy, these two are like terms. So when we group them and add them, we get 12x square plus 5xy, x square y no more, as it is 9x square y minus 2y square minus 6xy square. So this is the procedure to multiply a binomial and a trinomial. So in this video, overall we have learned how to multiply two monomials, two binomials, a monomial and a trinomial or a polynomial, two binomials and a binomial with a polynomial. The same procedure will apply if I have more number of terms. Here we had a trinomial. If it is a multinomial also, we are going to multiply each and every term of the multinomial with the first term and then with the second term. So the procedure continues. So this is what we have learned in this video. In the coming videos, we are going to learn particularly about some formulae to be applied. Thank you.